There's a corner of Italy that remains cut off. An island that could have been connected to the rest of Europe by a bridge that should have existed decades ago. But why was it never built? What lies behind so many failed plans, billions gone, missing and broken promises? The answer goes far beyond engineering. It involves mafia networks, shady interests, and the fear that Sicily might finally connect to the future. Stick around until the end. What you're about to find out is something no one's ever told you. Since the days of the Roman Empire, people have dreamt of linking Sicily to the mainland. Historical documents even show that Roman engineers once considered floating bridges or rows of aligned ships to cross the Strait of Messina. Centuries passed, and the idea never died. Every generation, the dream comes back, sold as a promise of unity, development, and modernization. But things really heated up in 2001 when Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi launched a flashy billion-euro project to finally build the bridge. He promised progress, jobs, and national pride. The project made headlines, got investor backing, and even had a timeline. It looked like it was finally happening. And then, nothing. Work halted, funds vanished, politicians clashed, and the public left watching the ferries. Literally. What most people don't know is that this bridge was never just about engineering. It became a pawn on Italy's political chessboard. Every election brings a new promise, a new plan, a new excuse. And the bridge has turned into a symbol, not of progress, but of how a country can stall the future when powerful interests are at play. Because the harsh truth is, it's not that Italy can't build the bridge, it's that some people don't want it to happen. And those people have names, connections, and a serious fear of what a connected Sicily might expose. History is full of grand projects that changed nations. This would be one of them, if only they'd let it happen. Officially, the project was frozen over technical and financial concerns, high costs, seismic risks, environmental impact. Fair enough, but those explanations, while partly true, hide the real issue. Because here's the question nobody answers. Why do other countries build massive bridges in risky zones, and Italy, one of Europe's top economies, can't manage to link just 3.3 kilometers? The real story plays out behind closed doors. According to investigators and independent analysts, the Strait of Messina Bridge threatens some very powerful interests. We're talking about maritime transport companies, ferries, public contracts, ports, logistics. There's an entire shadow economy that profits precisely because the bridge doesn't exist. If it did, that cash flow would take a hit. And when millions are on the line, pressure, lobbying, and silent sabotage start to creep in, and it doesn't stop there. There's another factor that few dare to talk about: the mafia. A bridge would mean more oversight, stricter control, more access for international investment, and less room for the underworld to operate unchecked. Linking Sicily to the mainland isn't just a physical issue. It's a direct threat to the strategic isolation that certain groups have used for decades to stay untouchable. That's why, every time the project seems to move forward, something happens. Political infighting, sudden budget surprises, government shakeups and scandals. Coincidence? Or a carefully maintained cycle to keep the status quo? The truth is, the bridge isn't stuck because of a lack of skill. It's being blocked because, for some, it's simply more profitable if it never gets built. Behind the repeated failure of this bridge lies a web of interests that operates far from public view. Ferry companies make millions every year from crossings between Sicily and Calabria. These companies enjoy protected contracts, public subsidies, and a monopoly that only exists because the bridge doesn't. Every delay, every shelved study means more profit and zero competition. And it's not just companies. Local and national politicians benefit too. Each new government rolls out a definitive plan, allocates funds, holds press conferences, then drops everything. Why? Because it makes headlines, earns votes, brings in campaign money without needing to deliver anything. The bridge has become a political showpiece, not a real project, a carefully maintained illusion that helps recycle power. But the most disturbing part is how this Constant stalling keeps Sicily trapped in dependence and stagnation. Young people keep leaving due to a lack of opportunities. Businesses steer clear of investing, and tourism hits a hard cap due to poor access. Instead of connecting the south to the rest of Europe, Italy keeps a convenient divide, for some, at least. Because the more isolated Sicily remains, the easier it is to control what goes on there. In 2023, Giorgia Meloni's government brought the bridge back into the spotlight. With renewed promises to get things moving, they unveiled updated plans, restarted old contracts, and talked big. The media called it the bridge's rebirth, and many believed, this time, for real, Sicily would be connected. But haven't we heard that before? The reality. Despite the noise, the same problems persist: political infighting, opposition from vested interests, and a bureaucratic system that sabotages progress. Many now see this latest push as another political stunt, a PR move to win over the South ahead of elections. While the announcements dominate the news cycle, the machinery remains silent. And the people? Still waiting. So the big question remains: will the bridge finally be built? Or is this just another chapter in a never-ending saga? Because while the powerful argue, millions of Sicilians remain isolated, not just geographically, but economically and socially. And time keeps ticking. For them, every delay isn't just frustration, it's a stolen future. In the end, the missing bridge between Sicily and the mainland isn't just about concrete and steel. It's a bridge of opportunity, dignity, and progress that's been blocked by interests few dare to challenge. Meanwhile, an entire region stays hostage to neglect, political games, and the short-sightedness of those who should be leading. The question isn't, when will they build it? Anymore. It's, why do they keep stopping it? If this story angers you as much as it angers us, share this video. Show them we're watching, that we haven't forgotten, and that Sicily deserves far more than empty promises. Because the truth only bothers those who have something to hide.